Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE Smackdown review for no, not October. It's not for another month. September 18th, 2018, but it says it in the title. Um, and I'm just gonna get right into this video. We have Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton on commentary for the show. And we had the first segment. We had a Miz TV segment with a mystery guest. But before that, the Miz announces that at WWE Super Showdown, he's going to be facing Daniel Bryan, and the winner of that match will receive a future WWE Championship opportunity. Now, I'm going to give this a down because, not the segment, just this part of the segment a down, because what I didn't like about it was the WWE is announcing these matches like we don't know about it, but they've advertised it on their own website, so it's just really weird. But overall, this segment itself, we'll give it up. We'll get it up because it was a really good segment. The Miz hypes up his special guest, like it's gonna be some grand tag team or something returning, but then it just ended up being Maurice, and I like this. I thought it was a nice way for the Miz to kind of troll everybody, and Maurice comes out and they pretty much used this segment to take shots at Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella, where Maurice took a shot at saying that beating Brie Bella wasn't that hard at all, and the Miz and Maurice talk about how Daniel Bryan and the Brie Bella are just using each other. Um, he talks about how Daniel Bryan only married Brie Bella so she could fight his battles, and Brie Bella married Daniel Bryan just so she could stay relevant in WWE. Which you could make the argument that might be true, because if you think about it, that's when she's really became relevant in WWE. And then Maurice announces that she's going away, that she's going to be going away to um, and this is going to be a last SmackDown for a while, and she says that she's going to go home and be a mother, and everybody boos Maurice, and the Miz gets upset about this, so he calls out Daniel Bryan for a fight. Now, I thought there was somebody pretending to be Daniel Bryan was going to come out or something, just because the Miz is like that. But no, Daniel Bryan actually came out, and Daniel Bryan attacks the Miz, and they get into a brawl, but then Daniel Bryan inadvertently takes out Maurice, so Daniel Bryan's checking on her, and those EMTs come out and stretch her out and stuff like that. And then we find out that it was all an angle. Maurice, when she gets on the apron, has an evil smile. Miz tries to ambush Daniel Bryan with the skull crushing finale, but Daniel Bryan fights out of it. Miz goes to attack Bryan. Bryan ducks and accidentally hits Maurice, and then Daniel Bryan clotheslines the Miz out of the ring. And then that was it. I thought the segment, though, was really damn good. It's, typical Daniel Bryan Miz segment where it just the segment really works, and I thought this really worked, so this will get up. Then backstage, Daniel Bryan gets interviewed and says that he wasn't falling for any Miz's tricks. He knows how Miz works, and he said that at WWE Super Showdown, he's going to finally put an end to the Miz's antics and punch him in the face and secure his WWE Championship opportunity. And that was that. Overall, I like this promo segment too. This will get up. And then we had Cesaro with Sheamus versus Kofi Kingston with Big E and Xavier Woods. Now, technically, this really wouldn't have been that bad, but I'm going to give this a down, mainly because why do the Bar have a SmackDown Tag Team title match coming up in Super Showdown? They lost that SmackDown Tag Team Championship number one contenders tournament last week, and literally they just handed a title match, pretty much. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't like it. So this makes me not like this feud. But overall, this match was fine, I guess. But I just didn't really like I said, I didn't really. I just knowing that it makes me not really care about this. But the New Day come out and talk about how they beat Rusev Day to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles at Hell in a Cell. And then Big E starts talking in Australian because Big E and Xavier Woods were dressed up like Australian hunters you would see like on Animal Planet or something like that. And I did like when Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods got offended by it. Big E was like, I asked the Iconics, they said it was okay. So I thought that was cute. And then they go. New Day goes to do their comedy, but then the Bar gets on the mic and says that the New Day's a joke, and they've made the tag team division on SmackDown a joke, and they're going to win the SmackDown tag team titles at WWE Super Showdown and revitalize the SmackDown tag team division. And then Cesaro and Kofi Kingston had a match, and they had a pretty solid match. Cesaro won with the neutralizer. And yeah, like I said, technically, if this wasn't bad in a box, but with everything I just said, with how it doesn't make sense that the Bar gets a SmackDown tag team title match, this gets it down. This should have been where they actually became the Blood Contenders by having like a battle royal or something. And then Rusev and Lana were backstage, and the backstage because they woke backstage twice by accident. And Aiden English comes up and apologizes to Rusev for losing in Hell in a Cell. And Rusev says that Aiden English has to stop pulling his weight in this tag team and Aiden English was like, I did the best I could. And then Rusev said, if that's the best that you could do, then you really need to start improving. And he wants Aiden English not to accompany him ringside. And then they leave. And if Aiden English goes off on some WWE production member crew backstage, pretty much revealing his disdain for Rusev, talking about how he got Rusev Day on the map, and how Lana's the one that's really mucking up him and Rusev's friendship. And Lana overhears him saying all this, and Aiden English tries to apologize, but then Lana says that she's gonna go tell Rusev. Didn't like this because obviously this breaks up Rusev Day, and I'm gonna give it a down. And this goes back to my Hell in a Cell where I gave the ups and downs for that. I gave that a middle, and I said if the WWE broke up Rusev Day on SmackDown, it would get it down. Let me just talk about the U.S. Championship match now because I'm fucking pissed off. It was Shinsuke Nakamura defended against Rusev with Aiden English and Lana. Lana was trying to tell Rusev backstage what was going on, but Rusev wants to just focus on the title match. You could say, well, why wasn't Rusev watching the show? You could make the argument that he was just getting ready for his title match, so that's why. So then Aiden English comes up, and Rusev doesn't know any of this, so he has Rusev sing a song backstage, go out and sing a song. But then we had the U.S. title match. I'm not going to break down the match because this wasn't what it was about. They had a fine match, but you see Aiden English is consistently cheering Rusev on. But Lana and Aiden English are giving each other weird looks because they know what happened. And Aiden English, when Rusev goes for the win, gets up on the apron and starts chanting Rusev Day, and this distracts Rusev long enough for Nakamura to catch a roll up and retain the United States Championship. So what sucks about this more is the United States Champion was used as a plot device to further this feud. That's not how you utilize a champion. That just makes the United States Champion not look like he's important. So I didn't like that either. But then afterwards, Aiden English attacks Rusev from behind and beat the crap out of him with a microphone. So now it's official. Rusev Day is broken up, and I hate it. I don't like it at all. It's pretty much, an example how WWE doesn't like anybody unanimously to get over. This was a organically over tag team, and I didn't like it. So this gets it down. And also, the Hell in a Cell SmackDown Tag Team Championship match at Hell in a Cell on the kickoff, that now gets it down because I said if the Rusev Day broke up on SmackDown, I would give that match a down, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Rusev Day's broken up. It's stupid. I'm really not going to rant about it because I knew it was coming, and I've ranted about it over the next several weeks, but it's really stupid they broke up Rusev Day. It's just an example that WWE doesn't like anybody organically getting over. And now once this feud fades out, Aiden English will go back to jobbing, and Rusev probably would just go back to being middle of the card, nothing. So, they broke up Rusev Day, a thing that could have benefited everybody. So this is stupid, because we know Aiden English is pretty much just going to probably fade away, and in probably a year, we'll announce that Aiden English got released from the company. Stupid. But I did like the next. Now I'm just gonna go back earlier in the show. I did like this segment where the commentary team was talking about something, and then Tom Phillips got the word that something was going on in the production truck. I kind of like that because that made the show kind of feel, like it was real. And in the production truck, Randy Orton is just talking to this guy, is having this guy pull, um, pull up the photo and video clips of him beating up Jeff Hardy, and the production guy is feeling really uncomfortable. Randy Orton's putting his hand right in the back of his head and right over his mouth, and then Randy Orton says that, but now I'm gonna do what I did. I'm gonna start to do more sinister things to my next victim. So I love this. I thought it was great, and maybe I love this so much because of all the backstage news of of what Randy Orton's been doing. So this was kind of like a tie into that. So I love this though. Gets enough. It just made Randy Orton look really creepy. And then we had AJ Styles get interviewed, and he talked about how he beat Samoa Joe, but it was questionable. So at Super Showdown, there's going to be no excuses when he beats Samoa Joe again. But he says that tonight he wants to remain focused and focus on Andrade Cien Almas. Good promo, getting it up. Then we had Andrade Cien Almas with Selena Vega versus AJ Styles. I thought this was a really good match here. Almas attacks Styles before the match begins. He beats the crap out of him, and he gets the upper hand in the beginning, hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on Styles, throws him into the barricade. But then AJ Styles starts to make his comeback and hits a Hushi Karoshi, and he ends up hitting a springboard 450. But then Almas hits the Warrior's Way on the Styles while he's against the apron, and almost hits a suicide dive. And then when it comes back from commercial break, AJ Styles starts to get on a roll again. He hits a wicked forearm, and then eventually, after Almost had hit the double, Styles are kicked out. When Almost went for like another move, AJ Styles counted into a roll up and turned that roll up into a Styles Clash and won the match. And AJ Styles won. I thought Almost looked really strong here. I do gotta say though, WWE's got to get Almost into some type of feud and really build his momentum, because while it's nice he's having these matches, it's eventually it's going to start to get to the point where it's going to hurt him, because everybody will look at him and say that he can be in these big matches but can't win these big matches. Because it kind of seems like what Almost is being utilized is just kind of further feuds, and he's way too talented for that. So you got to get going with him. But Almost though is being used a lot better than I thought he was going to be on it. When he got called up from NXT, I like it. And then afterwards, Samoa Joe comes out and attacks AJ Styles, and we think Joe's just going to lay waste to AJ Styles. He goes to throw him into the steps, but then Styles ends up fighting him off. But Joe thumbs him in the eyes, and he uses this as a way to escape, and AJ Styles stands tall. So I like the Joe attack and stuff. I thought that was a nice tie-in. I do think this is the weakest thing that they've done with the AJ Styles Samoa Joe feud, but it was still fine, so I like this segment. It gets it up. And then Asuka beat Billie Kay, and I didn't give a shit. So they set it down. And then we had the end of the show where Becky Lynch had a championship coronation, and she talks about how this was well-deserved and stuff like that. And then afterwards, she calls out Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair comes out. She says she's happy. She respects Becky Lynch. And then Becky Lynch... And then she talks, and then she announces she's going to invoke a rematch clause at Super Showdown. Becky Lynch lets you zone out by saying you were the better woman, and Becky Lynch wants Charlotte Flair to raise her hand and put the title around her waist, but Charlotte Flair refuses. So Becky Lynch just wants her to say that she's the real queen, but Charlotte Flair won't. Becky Lynch calls her a bitch. Charlotte Flair attacks Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch pretty much gets the advantage and whips Charlotte Flair's ass and leaves with the title. And that was pretty much the segment. Didn't like this. The dynamics are still off, so this gets it down. Becky Lynch is still trying to market as a heel, which she's not a heel, so yeah. So whatever. And then that was SmackDown this week, and I gotta say, this has definitely gonna be one of SmackDown's weakest shows in a while, but I still thought it was a okay show. I'll give SmackDown a C+. I'll give SmackDown a C+. I think what hurt SmackDown is that Rusev Day broke up, so it wasn't going to get an A. It gets knocked off a letter grade for Rusev Day breaking up. but I also thought it had some kind of weak matches, like Billy Kay versus Asuka, and the Cesaro Kofi Kingston segment made no sense to me. But I did like the Randy Orton segment. I did like the AJ Styles Andrade Cien almost match, the Miz TV segment. So there was enough stuff in there. But like I said, this show is going to live forever in infamy because Rusev Day broke up, and pretty much that's just that. I'm not going to give a show a B when Rusev Day broke up, man. It's just not going to happen. So that's pretty much the end of this review. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys leave your thoughts on what you guys thought of SmackDown. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content. And click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and on the Talkinator YouTube channel. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.